Are y'all ready to hear about some miracles? Oh my God, miracles just happened. Literally, my life is literally a miracle. Like consistent miracles, every day, every hour. Literally living miracles. So I'm gonna share with you about Houston, but I'm gonna share a little story right before about the Houston story. So give me 1 second. The miracles don't stop. March is going to be monumental. Today is March the 23rd, and the miracles just keep happening. It is a natural part of life. A miracle is a shift in perception, followed by a shift in being, followed by taking new actions and experiencing new things, or just things just happening. It's like, whoa, how did that happen so fast? Creations, manifestation, all the things that are really fun and exciting. So literally this just happened. So this guy, a good friend of mine, or a guy that I knew from Instagram, and we kind of have a friendship. We haven't talked in a while. He reached out to me and he was like, he reached out and congratulated me on my speaking event in Houston. And then he said, can we talk sometime? And I was like, yeah. I was like, when I get back to Mexico and get settled in, we can talk and things like that. Great. So we just got off a call actually. And so when we started talking, we just started catching up, and Yulita and I got a lot to share with you actually. Yulita and I, we got some new desks for the apartment. That's another thing that just happened yesterday. But we wanted to buy material, or I wanted to buy material so I can kind of refurbish the things. And so before I got on the call with him, I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask him for $200 so I can buy some materials to refurbish it. And so as soon as I got on a call with him, we just kind of did a little greeting, and I was like, hey bro, do you have $200 that you're not using right now? And he was like, no. He was like, no, I got it, but I don't want to give it to you. You know, whatever his experience was with money. And I was like, great. And we talked about money just a little bit, but I was like, yeah bro, I'm not here to talk to you about money. What's going on in your life and things like that. And he starts to share some things with me. And then at some moment, I was like, this conversation is not feeling as satisfying. I feel like there's something that's not being said, or I feel like there's an elephant in the room. And then so I was like, hey bro, I'm here to help people. Like, I don't got time to talk if we're not here to do anything. And not because I need something to be done, but like really I'm not just here to blah 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 with people. I wanna really serve and be of service to people. And then I said that, and I went off, and then and then the gas man rang the doorbell, and I put him on mute. And then I heard the guy laughing after I just like kind of blew my lid, and it was just like being straight honest. I was like, hey bro, I'm about to get off the call with you if you don't want to talk about nothing, if you ain't got nothing to talk about. And then he started laughing, and then when we got back on the call, he was like, bro, he was like, you just changed my life actually. He was like, he was like, bro, you just changed my life. He was like, I have never had anyone call me out like that. He was like, I feel different. He was like, hey, what's your PayPal? I want to send you some money. And he literally sent me $300. This literally just happened an hour ago. That was a miracle. I was being myself. I was literally about to get off the phone with this guy. And then he was like, wait, this dude literally is just fucking being real as fuck. So that just happened. So I just literally generated $300 so I can buy the material to refurbish the desk that we have. Let's talk about the desk. Yesterday, Yulita and I, when we came back from Houston, we were staying in an Airbnb and had a lot of furniture. In our apartment here in Mexico, we don't have that much furniture. We have a sofa, we had a desk in here, we have all the things. We have all those. We have very minimal things here in our apartment. We have been desiring to furnish our apartment for a while now. So yesterday we were talking about it, and I was like, wow, Yulita, I feel like that I can create anything. Just like I created $5,000, I created the trip to Houston. I spoke, all the things that happened over the last freaking weekend actually. And I can tell, there's so many miracles that happen. If I told you all the miracles, this video would be an hour long, and it might be. If you want to watch like everything that happened, go to Yulita's YouTube channel, and I'll put a link in the bio. So, cause she vlogged the whole thing, and it's so great, it's so cool. She vlogged. She's such a really good vlogger. So, yesterday we were talking about furniture. I actually went to go look at furniture because when we got back, we can just notice how different it was being in an Airbnb that had a lot of furniture and being back at our apartment that's kind of empty. And so I went to go look at furniture. I went to go look at lamps. And that was the thing. I was like, Yulita, how can we start creating our apartment? She was like, let's buy lamps. So I went to go look at lamps. I didn't see any lamps. And then when I got back home, to be with Yulita, we started looking at lamps on Amazon, and then we bought 2 lamps. And soon after that, 30 minutes later, I went into the room with Yulita, and then my neighbor, he said, "Hey Dave, we're moving out tomorrow. We have 2 desks. Do you want to buy them?" How does it happen so fast? 2 desks. So I was going to build a new desk for my room, actually, because I didn't have a desk. I was typing on my laptop with a shelf, and I was going to get a new desk and all the things. The guy said, "I got 2 desks for sale." I was like, "Great." He was like, "It's going to be 1,000 pesos, which is like $50. It's for one of them." And I was like, "Okay, bro, if I give you 1,500 pesos, can we have both of them?" He said yes. So now I have one desk right here, and we have the other. It's not even a desk, it's a table that's in the living room that we didn't have. We didn't have this before we went to Houston. That table right there, manifestation, creation. March is monumental. There's so many miracles that are happening. Yulita and I are choosing. We're choosing what we want, and our life is unfolding and creating miracles like that. So this happened yesterday. I got the $300 to refurbish them. And on Monday, Yulita and I got back from Houston after I did my live speaking event. You want to hear about that? You want to hear about all the miracles that happened there? Let's fucking go. So the whole experience of just going to Houston, it was a miracle. I keep saying that. Like, a miracle is this, is that like, you start creating things, you start impacting people, you start just, you move into a new reality. And it starts with the commitment, it starts with the decision. So, you know, we went to Houston. It was a fucking party. It was a show. It was amazing. The event was amazing. It was all of my family there. It was my friends. It was like, I don't know, like maybe like 15 people total. I spoke. I was lit. It felt so good. It felt so good. And this is the thing about that experience. Like, at least when I'm talking about this, is that like, it feels different when you really get it out the mud. This trip wasn't funded because I worked at a job for 40 hours a week and somebody gave me money. This trip wasn't funded because I did things I didn't want. This trip was funded because I stayed true to who I am. I am being loving, asking for more. The event was called Ask for More. I was being loving and I went and asked for money for it. And all that money I literally used for the trip to Houston. And it felt so good because I put in the work. It felt so good because I had to do that fucking inner work to be able to ask for money. No one else did that for me. No one else taught me how to fucking go out and ask for money and be myself. No one else did that. I did that with the help of my beautiful girlfriend Yulita, because our relationship, I am a testament to the relationship that Yulita and I have. I'm a testament to that. We put in the work. We created this shit. And so many miracles happen. I'm gonna point out two very profound things that happened. So first of all, it was really cool just being able to be with my family and be with Yulita. That was the first time Yulita went to America. That was amazing, and it was cool because I was kind of nervous about Yulita meeting my family and me being with my family, because we never had that experience before. But it was so cool. My family was so kind. Everybody was so loving. It was funny because when I went to the venue, when we were at the venue, as soon as we walked in the venue, my family is a really rowdy family. They from the hood. They kind of wild. But as soon as we walked into the venue, everybody was already sitting down. I wasn't even ready yet. They all had their spaces and they're all ready to listen and learn. It was crazy. It was crazy because it was like, how did this? It was so organized and so orchestrated, and I wasn't organizing nothing. Nobody organized it. It was self-organized. So that was a really cool thing. That was the first miracle. I was like, damn, my family know how to act right. That was cool. Another miracle is this. I'll talk about asking for more. And if you haven't followed me on my new Instagram page, Moneyman Dave, follow me there, because I teach people about healing their relationship with money. And I would say that the reason that I'm able to create the way that I create and that I'm able to get money and use money is because of the relationship that I have with money. So one of the things that I say is ask for more, ask for what you want. I'd like to say ask for what you want, actually. And I've also told people this, and I say this a lot, but you don't need money to get what you want. For example, it happened. I saw it really happen. Yulita and I, we went to a Starbucks in downtown Houston. After we left the Starbucks, wait a minute. When we were in Starbucks, we met two grandmas from Houston, and they were so kind, they were so loving, and we had the best connection. We were literally talking for like 10 minutes, just having a conversation. They loved Yulita's hair. Like, miracles. Like, we just bonded. We even gave each other hugs after. Miracles. Everybody was just having a good time. Commitments create miracles. Shifting perception. After that, I was so high after that conversation. We walked out. This lady named Strawberry, who was homeless, she said, hey, do y'all have any food? And I was like, no, we don't have any food, sorry. And then as I kept walking, it clicked. I was like, wait, she asked for food. Great. And there was a corner store right in front of us. And I was like, hey, I asked her, I said, what is your name? She's like, my name's Strawberry. I was like, Strawberry, do you want to go inside the store and buy some food? She was like, yeah. So literally, I took Strawberry inside the store. We bought her some food, and that was her first meal of the day. That was a miracle. A shift in perception. The shift was this. She asked for what she wanted. She wanted food, and I was able to provide that for her. So many people think you gotta have money. Most people that are homeless ask for money, but it's like, you don't need money to get what you want. Just ask for what the fuck you want, and somebody to give it to you. And so literally, I bought her food. That was so profound to me, because I always tell people that, like, you don't need money to get what you want. Ask for what you want. Ask for the food, ask for the travel, ask for everything. You can, because you don't need the money. Money is a means, but you don't even need money to live in where you live at. You can live there without money. Somebody else can pay for it. That was really cool to see. So many more miracles. I'm gonna just tell you some more, actually. So on the last day, Sunday, I wanted to visit my grandmother. I have a grandmother that lives in Houston, and this is a grandmother that I lived with when I first came back to Texas, after I was traveling, selling life insurance in Florida and Ohio, and I was sleeping on her sofa. My grandma and I have a decent relationship, but she has a certain personality that is not that pleasing sometimes. And so I was kind of hesitant to wanting to visit her, and I didn't know if I wanted Yulita to visit her and all the things that came with that. And so I was really in the middle about push and pull. I was really indecisive about it. And then one of my friends named Javion, this is another miracle. You ready? There's so many miracles in each step of the way, like the stories upon stories about the miracles. So Javion came to the first Commitments Create Miracles that happened a year ago, last March actually, and his life was impacted. After that, Javion actually started working with me, and he was a part of my men's group called Mastery. He was a part of the group. And then Javion, he lived in Baltimore, and so in February, I told Javion, I said, hey Javion, I'm gonna be speaking in Houston in March. I asked him for money, and he didn't give me any money. But he was like, hey Dave, I'm gonna actually be in Houston on March the 16th. Before that, I thought I was gonna be speaking on the 2nd. So I was like, oh sorry bro, I'll be there on the 2nd, so you'll miss me. Guess what happened? We actually ended up going to Houston on the 14th, and so he was able to come to the event. This is the thing. He literally drove 3 hours from Baltimore to move to Houston, literally 24 hours before the event. So he got to Houston right before I got to Houston, just so he can come to the event. Javion came to the event. He was able to meet all my family. He was able to be with us. It was really great to have someone that I work with, to have someone that I've been knowing for a while to come to my first live event. That was really great. It was so fun to meet him in person. After that, he went to dinner with me and my family. I don't know if I just said that. And then the next day, he sent me a message on WhatsApp, and he was like, hey Dave, thank you so much for inviting me to the event. It was so great being with your family. They have such great energy. My grandmother passed on my way to Houston. When he was coming here, his grandmother passed, and he didn't realize that he needed some family time, and he got to spend time with my family. All of that. His family, he was away from his family, but he got to spend time with my family. That's a miracle. He said a shift in perception. He was like, bro, I didn't know that family could be like this. And it was like that. He also said in that message that he sent, he said his grandmother passed away. And that made it click for me. I got that message Sunday morning, and I realized, I was like, oh shit, I do want to visit my grandmother. I was still hesitant. I knew I was going to go visit her, but I didn't know if I wanted Yulita to visit her. So on the way there, I was planning on maybe dropping Yulita off at a coffee shop or something of that sort. That's what she said. She said she would be open to that. And then on my way there, I was like, wait a minute. I am here for love. I choose love. this is what was going on. I choose love. I'm not here to hide anything from anybody. Why would I not let you lead to meet my grandmother? Why would I not visit why would I do that? I was like, that's not love for me. And so Yulita and I ended up going to go visit my grandmother together. And it was a beautiful experience. I had a miracle when Javion told me his grandma passed, and another miracle happened when we were driving, and I realized I have nothing to hide. I'm not hiding anything. I am choosing love. So that happened. Yulita met my grandmother. The experience was beautiful. My grandmother she was great. It was fun. We didn't have much to talk about because we ain't got nothing to talk about, but I was able to see her and visit her. Life is too good. It's not too good. Life is beautiful. Life is so great. Life is so magical. And I think it's really great that we have the capacity to create a life that we love. I said that I would come back from Houston with more money than I left with. I came back with money, and I just made money today. I just received money today simply by asking. So, yeah. March is going to continue to be monumental. March is going to continue to be March filled with miracles, and I'm going to continue to be speaking. I'm going to make it a normal thing that I speak. I'm going to be refurbishing my desk right here, my new desk. Oh, this is my box that I was using. That was the old one that I was using last time. I got soundproofing, so oh my God, can I tell you some more? What the fuck? My room echoes. I don't know if you can hear the echo in here. I've been wanting to get soundproofing for my room so it doesn't echo anymore. I attempted to make my own soundproofing things. You see those things down there? Those are supposed to be soundproof boxes. Guess what? My neighbor last night, he was like, hey Dave, you make videos, don't you? He was like, it echoes in here. Do you want our soundproofing? They literally got acoustic soundproofing panels and they gave them to me for free. I didn't need to have money to buy those. And it's the rest of the box is in the living room right now. So I'm just sharing with you the miracles. These are okay, I'm gonna say this real quick. This is material, physical shit, which is really great. I'm really happy about it. But just know that this shit didn't start out here. It started in here. All this shit, it didn't start out here. It started in here. I made a decision. I chose. I committed. Choose a side, commit. That's what happened. I stayed true to it. It didn't happen out there. And nothing out here can't even touch what I'm experiencing, the amount of love and the amount of satisfaction, knowing that I am literally expressing myself into the world the way that I want to. So that is a miracle vlog. This was a miracle moment. I just want to share this miracle moment with y'all, and thanks for being on the journey. I'm really enjoying just being able to share my life and maybe inspire someone to the possibilities of what's possible, the possibilities of what's possible. So I'll see y'all around. I'll speak to you soon. Much love. Peace.